Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Math is Easy step by step. I have to tell you, I I lied. Well, it was really a mistake. I didn't purposely lie to you. There's going to be four videos, four parts, four videos to answer this particular type of test question. And so stick with me to the end of the fourth video. I'm going to go over and show you how to check your answers. So in the second way is to use what's called the inverse or the opposite operations, right? We want to factor to find zeros of a function. All right, so what do we want to do? We want to set this equal to 0 on one side, on the right side or the left side. I'm going to use the left side, I believe, of the equal sign, right? So the first step is to take inverse operations of a radical to both sides of the equal sign, right? So the inverse of a radical, instead of a square root, is to take the square. So I'm going to square both sides of the equal sign in order to eliminate and get rid of that square root symbol. So let's just jump right on into it. I'm showing you that step here. So the inverse or the opposite of a square root is the square. What I do to the left side of the equal sign, I have to do to the right side. So I'm going to square both sides. What does x plus 2 raised to the power of 2 means? That means x plus 2 times x plus 2. And what does the square root of 3x plus 46 raised to the second power? That means the square root of 3x plus 46 times the square root of 3x plus 46. So that's what I'm showing you here now. X plus 2 times x plus 2, and then we have 3x plus 46 times 3x plus 46. We have a perfect pair inside the radical, so we can pull out one value. Remember, in a square root, you need two of the exact same things just to pull out one value. And if this is unfamiliar with you, please check out my videos on square roots and cube roots. It will clarify what we're doing here. I apologize for the shaking. I've got a very old camera, and I'm doing the best I can. So let's pull out one value here on the left and get rid of that radical. And then let's rewrite it. And you can see here, 3x plus 46, right? Takes a pair to pull one value out of the radical disappears. But we still have that x plus 2 times x plus 2 here below. Continuing to move forward. Okay. What you want to do here, and again, this is, if you haven't seen my videos on factoring, you should watch my videos on factoring. I go over a technique that I use that's called FOIL. First, outer, inner, last. So that's what we're going to do with these two terms. Essentially, we're going to distribute each term x times x and x times 2, and then distribute the 2 times the x and 2 times the 2. I call it FOIL. I clearly explain that in videos I've created, so check it out on my account if you're not familiar with FOIL. So step 2 is to FOIL, to simplify this expression. Then we'll combine like terms, and then we'll have 0 on the left side of the equal side and all the other terms on the right side of the equal sign. And 0 will be on the left side. So I'm just going to show this to you now. If you're not familiar with FOIL, please check out those videos. This will make a whole heck of a lot more sense. So again, x times x. I'm showing you that here. X times x. And I'm going to separate each of these with a plus sign. X times 2. Or 2 times x. This means the exact same thing, right? Plus 2 times x. 2 times x. Plus 2 times 2 we have here. Now I'm going to simplify this by doing the multiplication. Everything on the left side, I just rewrite it down below, as you see here. 1 times 1 is 1x. When we multiply, we add the exponents. That's what gives us the x squared. Plus plus. 2 times 1 is 2. it's attached to that x, plus plus. 2 times 1 is 2. It's also attached to the x, plus plus. 2 times 2 is 4. Now we're going to combine like terms, and if you don't know what like terms are, please check out my video on like terms and unlike terms. Here, like terms have the same variable or letter to the same exponential power. They're both to the first power. So I'll simply add 2 plus 2, and that gives me 4x. As you can see here, I'm just rewriting what's on the left side of the equal sign. And then finally in step 3, well, not finally, excuse me, but in step 3, we're going to subtract. Okay, we're going to subtract 3x from both sides and then 46 from both sides. All right, and I'd like to show you that continuing on here in the next step here, subtracting a negative 3x to both sides and a negative 46 to both sides of the equal sign. And I'd like to show that to you here now. Let me get a little organized. Thank you, thank you. Oh. There we go. Okay, so, and that's what I'm showing you here now. I like to cover this up because I don't like to confuse anybody, and I'd like to go step by step in order for you to see this happening. Okay, so again, I want to get 0 on the left side of the equal sign and all my other terms on the right side. So I do the opposite or inverse. What's the opposite of a plus 3? It's to subtract 3, not just to one side, but to both sides. And you can only subtract that negative 3 with like terms. So again, check out my video if you haven't seen that. Like terms versus unlike terms. I want to, again, turn this side into 0. So what's the opposite of a plus 46? It's a minus 46 to both sides. So 3 minus 3x minus 3x is 0. 46 minus 46 is 0. I'll have a 0 equals 4 minus 3 is 1x. Negative 46 and a positive 4 is a negative 42. So it'll look something like this, where I have 0 equals x squared plus 1x plus a negative 42. Now what you're going to do here with this term is you're going to factor it and set it equal to 0. So I need to find two numbers that multiply to a negative 42, but when they add together, they give me that 1x, or a value of 1, excuse me. So step 4, we're going to factor the trinomials, right? Factoring the trinomials. So I need to come up with, again, two numbers that multiply to a negative 42 and two numbers that add up to 1. So let's go ahead and take a look here. What two numbers would multiply to a negative 42? And I'm showing you all the factors, all the factors of a negative 42. Those are numbers that multiply to a negative 42. What are they? Right? And you can go through all of these values will multiply to a negative 42, but which one of them add up to that positive 1? Right? And I could put a plus sign in here because a plus sign is just separating the terms. It doesn't affect a single thing. And I can see here that 6 plus a negative 7 would be negative 1. So a negative 6 plus a positive 7 would leave me with a positive 1 value. So this is what I'm looking for when I do a reverse, what I call reverse FOIL. And these two values here will be part of how I factor, okay? And in continuing with the next videos, what I'd like to do is show you how to basically set each of these equal to 0 and then solve for x to find your two answers. And there's one more step. You must check your answers in order for these two factors to work. And so I'm going to show you why there's only one solution to this particular problem and not two. Thank you for joining me. Math is easy. Take it step by step.